Lots of talk in football about transfers in the last few days. How satisfied have you been with Arsenal's summer on that front so far?
Well, on this first period of the transfer window, I think we've done a few things that we wanted to do, and that are going to help us to get the squad in a much better place. And yeah, there is still a window to go, so I'm sure that things will happen either way.
How many more players are you looking to bring in, roughly, ideally for you?
I'm willing to work with the players that I have at the moment and get the best out of them, and we will see what we can do.
Looking at the season, what would represent a successful campaign for Arsenal in terms of league position in the Premier League?
Our goal is to get the best version consistently that's going to bring us closer to winning football matches. That's what I want from the team. And if we do that consistently in every single match, we're going to be in a good place. But that's something that we haven't done. Consistently give the best version. And that's something that we must control and we must do. And I think if we are able to do that, then the results will be the consequence to that.
So no particular position in the league in your mind, though?
On Friday, win against Brentford. And then we'll be in a strong position in the league. That's what we have to do. And the rest will come.
Looking at Brentford, some newly promoted sides are quite cautious, quite safe, but doesn't sound like we can expect that from Brentford this season.
No, if you look historically and what they've done the last few years, very clear direction. I think from top to bottom of the club, they know what they want to do. They execute it really well, and I think they will be a really tough opponent for every team in the Premier League.
What has most impressed you about their sort of style of play?
The clarity on what they do, and they've been doing it for a long time together, and you can see they have that fluency, that chemistry between them, and they believe that that the plan that they put in place works for them, and I think that's a big strength for any team.
And just finally from me, Ivan Toney's a player that there's a lot of focus on. He certainly looks like he's well equipped to make the step up to the Premier League.
Well, yeah, he's shown his qualities, that for sure. But every recruitment that they've done in the last few years in that position has been pretty successful. So it would be the player, but as well, I think it would be the system and how they work with the players.
Thanks, Mikel. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Gail from Sky.
Hi, Mikel. I just looked back at notes before your final game of the season last year, and you talked about having significant money to go through your next phase of rebuilding. 3 signings in, significant it is subjective, isn't it? Is that what you were expecting, and how busy then might you be in the next few days if it isn't?
Well, we identify what we wanted to do, how we could strengthen our team short, medium and long term, and what we needed to achieve that. And then we defined a profile of the player that can suit the model that we have at the moment at the club, that can sustain our financial position, and we made 3 movements in relation to that, and we decided some exits as well in relation to that.
So how many more might we see, and how big a priority, and how close are you to bringing in a goalkeeper?
I cannot tell you today. I have no answers to that.
What would make you happy at the start of the season then, in terms of more numbers in?
That the team puts in place what we've been working, and the spirit that they have, the energy that they've been training with, and in games that we do it more consistently, because we had some very good patches against both teams in the last 2 games against the Spurs and Chelsea, and how we compete in matches to get the wins after, which is the most relevant thing.
You also spoke during that interview that I looked at about Joe Willock, and you said he's done everything I wanted him to do on loan at Newcastle. We know he had a good end of season. You said he was very much part of your plans going forward. What is the situation with him?
The situation is that he's our player, and we hold some conversations, because this is not about only what we want to do, is the player's interest, the role that a player can fit within a squad, in a club, and what he's done is put him in a really strong position where he can choose a little bit with more options what his future could look like, and this is what we are trying to define right now.
So who's your player now? Do you expect him to be in September?
I don't know, in football, I'm not going to do that, because if not, Gail, you will come with the quote that you came at the end of last season, so I prefer not to answer to that.
One more note that I sort of starred in that interview was how much blame you took upon yourself for the maybe underperforming of some of your players. How have you gone about addressing that? It's your third season, isn't it? 2 8th-place finishes. Do you get the sense this is now your time to deliver?
It is always. I think the demands of this football club are so high, the expectations are so high. Whether they are to the level and the quality and the capability that we have is a different matter. But obviously that's the only word that is right at this football club, and we have to go with that.